Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here on G4G Games for Gamers. Tonight we're taking a look at Marvel Avengers Alliance. This is Spec Ops 18. So let's see what we are facing for this one. Well, we still have the Amazing Spider-Man on sale. I have a scrapper costume, which is why it's trying to sell me the infiltrator costume. So we got a couple items to go over here, including some bugs that are going around today. First, let's take a look at the item in the store. The limited edition item is the Web Breaker. A extremely high PvP bonus, mostly on defense, and a reasonable offensive bonus over here. Power level 240, which is 10 above me. One enemy. 93% chance to hit, 18% chance to crit, no cooldown, melee, sticky situation set to a 4, web ripper immune to webbed, customize, off balance, removes and prevents counterattack effects, web breaker gains rising up after hitting a web target, gains wind up after hitting a tangled web target, gains combat awareness after hitting a binding web target. So could be very nice for a Spider-Man group. I think the Scrapper Spider-Man may play nice with Rocket Raccoon if you get some extra attacks in there. We have a few other things that they're hawking over here. The powerful Radiant AISO, energy attacks, increased damage, snappy service, and of course this one. Over here we have the fact that Anti-Venom is the Spec Ops hero. What an ugly looking motherfucker. I mean, really, just, we'll take a look at him in a little bit. The lockbox, or the quote sandbox hero, is Sandman. Of course, we knew a lot of this coming. Spec Ops 18, symbiosis. There's hybrid. And the other new item, multi-hero training. In order to gain access to this, you go to your team page. And here is the slot. Training available. And you can unlock the next one for 100 fat ass gold, which, believe it or not, is exactly what I have at the moment. So, is it worth it? I would say, honestly, this is a tough one. A lot of people feel it's incredibly expensive. Let's take 100 gold and put it into real life money. 100 gold in real life money is slightly over $20. So let's say it is 25, 85 and 20. Yep, so it's roughly $25 in order to get the extra training slot. So that's a week worth of Starbucks. That's a good dinner here and there. That's a couple lunches. Is it worth it? Honestly, I think once you get to a certain threshold in the game where your heroes are mostly above 10, you are constantly Pokemoning up the one or two new ones that you don't have, which, believe it or not, this is the first time that I have every hero in the game, simply because they gave us Rocket Raccoon thanks to the PvP last hour debacle. So until the next PvP hero comes out that I failed to get due to placing in Ada, I've got everybody. Yeah, I think it makes sense for you to get. If you have a lot of heroes that need to go from 12 to 13 or 13 to 14, you can put them in one of your long training bays, and all your new people, like the ones you might get from the Spec Ops, like the Sandbox, like, you know, maybe Hogun and Rocket Raccoon and everything, you can keep them running in a short train. So, yes, I think there comes a point in which it will be worth it for you. Is it worth it for new players, people around 5, 6, 7, 8 in their hero levels, below level 200, people who treat this as a very free-to-play game? No, I agree with the criticism and do believe it is a little bit expensive. So they've added some other things here on the hero list where, thank God, they have done this. I have been screaming in my own head for this for a long time. and that is sorting of the heroes. So of course it comes on default, which is a timeline for heroes here. It's starting with your agent, going through your first freebies, or A to Z, not Z to A, just simply A to Z. So of course Agent Venom, Angel, Anti-Venom, our new guy. We have level sorting, and there's Satana. She was an accidental train. I did not mean to train her from 12 to 13. Played really, really scrubby ticket response over there. Sent in a ticket that said, I don't know how I started training her. I did not intend to. There was no way I would pick an infiltrator as my first 12 to 13. It would be a blaster, a tactician, or bruiser. Can you please cut off her training and refund my silver? Well, of course, well after she was done training and I got done training other people, Played On finally responded and said, oh, well, since you reaped the benefits of the gold purchase, blah, 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 we can't refund it. I'm like, thank you guys for the canned answer or not listening. As you can read from my original ticket, I did not say I spent gold. I said I spent silver, but, you know, she's already trained. Thank you very much. Goodbye. And, of course, the other thing you could do is needs training, and this is the big one. And this will stack it with the highest level first, and it will start going down your list. So as you can see, I have a ton of choices. So yes, for me, the 100 gold, it's going to be worth it. I've got a lot of 9 to 10s that I want to tackle, and then start moving with the big boys. And of course, Rocket Raccoon and Hogun are currently leveling. So what are some of the bugs that are going on now? Well, people's Iron Patriots are a little bit screwed up right now. And what's going on with Iron Patriot is that behind the scenes, a slider, it seems, has moved over slightly. Well, they fixed it. Okay, they've got it working again. Earlier, my infiltrator war machine was a tactician war machine. My classic war machine had my good ISOs. My blaster Iron Patriot, which I don't have, had my good infiltrator war machine ISOs, and I lost my tactical Pepsi can. So, by the way, guys, if you have a tactical Pepsi can, the tankard Rocket Raccoon, and you give Rocket Raccoon the ISO on his level 1 that allows him to stack radiation damage, watch the hell out. I tested it last night. Hogun was off in training. Rocket Raccoon was a little behind Hogun. So I said, let me try something with Iron Patriot. Good God, Jesus Christ. Try it if you have it. Try full overcharge and 21 gun salute and just pop some popcorn and just sit back and enjoy a Gary Busey commercial while he talks to lambs and pants, because, dude, it was disgusting. It was about as disgusting as an unbroken Iron Patriot and Emma, P5 Emma. Just, whew, yeah, that was pretty ugly. So, let's take a look at some of the... Oops, hold on 1 second. Gotta send somebody training. So who do we have here? Well, let's go to A to Z and let's look at Anti-Venom. He is a bruiser. He has Dark Force Symbiote. Well, first let's look at his stats. Really crappy stamina, very nice health, pretty good base attack, okay defense, and poopy accuracy and evasion. Dark Force Symbiote attacks against symbiotes deal extra damage. Chance to restore health, stamina, and remove a debuff each round. Attacks that would reduce health to 0 have a chance to reduce it to 1% instead. So you've got a little bit of Agent Venom, you got a little bit of healing factor in there. Getting too close. Chance to preemptively remove a single beneficial status effect when an enemy attacks using a melee attack. So it's sort of like an enemy hitting a person on your team with Void Generator on it, except it's melee only. Chance to remove a single beneficial status effect while attacking. So maybe he could be a buff raper with Famine Rogue? Huh? Yeah, maybe. A little bit. Symbiogenesis reduces damage from most fire and sonic attacks by 50%. Immune to bleeding, burning, poison, pyrophoric, and radiation. So, even though he's a bruiser, Raccoon is a blaster. Could he be a slight counter to Rocket in PvP? Yeah. If people ISO Rocket the way we think we're gonna ISO him, this could be the anti-Rocket. Honestly, I think Exhaustion will also be an anti-Rocket. So, let's go back over to default and let's go to the end of the list. Take a look for Sandman. Sandman, he is our lockbox or sandbox hero. He is another bruiser. Health and stamina pretty balanced. A lot of stamina, wow. Attack poopy. Defense pretty solid at 4. Accuracy at 942. And evasion at 1. So this guy won't dodge a Mack truck flying at him. Form of Sand, immune to attrition, electricity, and ground attack. So attrition, that's a lot of your debuffs. So maybe good against the demon set. Shifting Sand, gains grit every turn. Chance to gain dust in the wind, reducing damage, counterattacking, or gaining grit after being attacked. So, let's take a look at his moves and then we'll go back to Venom's moves. Anti-Venom. Cornered and off balance. Grit increases attack, defense, accuracy, and evasion. Stacks up to 5 times. So that's maybe why some of his stats are poopy. They're allowing you to stack it. Gathering Sand. Quick action. Rising up on himself. Sand Disperse. 50% chance to avoid attack. So there's like a sort of built-in nimble. And would explain why his evasion is poop. Now, I'd like to see if you swing at him, where is the math behind it? Does evasion go first and then Sand Disperse on the stack? Does it go vice versa? Does Sand Disperse replace evasion for that attack? That's going to be interesting. Hammering Blow, Finest Hour. Deals extra damage when, like Neurotrope, Yallarhorn buffed. True Grit consumes all stacks of grit to deal extra damage. So you've got a little bit of a Black Bolt in here. Sand Spikes, all enemies. Catastrophic, ground attack, consumes all stacks of grit. All enemies pressure point and blinded. So, very, very interesting over here. He really does have a little bit of Black Bolt in him. If we come over and take a look at Black Bolt, you have the single attack over here, and then, well, no, I'm sorry, you have the all attack, and then you have the single attack that consumes the ambient particles. So, you know what? Ambient particles stacking with Sandman, it could be interesting. Could really be interesting over here. He might be pretty tough to take down. Anti-Venom, Bloodletting, Ravaged and Bleeding, remove buffs. So he has, the attack has a chance to remove buffs, and Symbiogenesis has a chance to, or getting too close does? I wonder. I'm the Cure, Opportunist, Webbed, Depower, and remove buffs again. He might really, really team up well with Spider-Man and that item in the store. That could be pretty tasty. That's 2 people applying Webbed, and you've got that little staff there. Crusade, Exploit Opportunity, exploits bleeds, hemorrhaging, there's the remove the buffs. Cleansing Touch, ignore defense, sterilize, removes harmful and beneficial status effects from the target. Purged, removed effects from class bonuses, prevents his character from gaining class benefits, deals damage when removed by status removal effects. So, very, very interesting. So, he has an aggressive cure on somebody that also removes their harmful effects. So you probably wouldn't want to run him in a dot team. You may need to have straight up punch damage running for him. And removes effects from class bonuses. So maybe with her Whirlwind over here putting out Mangle And then him with Cleansing Touch. This could be, and a D-Power. This could be Team Shutdown over here. Very interesting. He would be aggressive against Rocket Raccoon. And then you have a Tactician. Could be very, very interesting. So let's take a look at some of the tasks. Right now I have to defeat Vulture. And then I will gain the blueprint for the anti-serum bomb, which causes disoriented. Then we have Sonic Sword, low chance to counter single target and area attacks, low chance to perform a follow-up attack. Customize weak point resonating, removes beneficial status effects from the target. If none exist, it prevents the next one from being applied. Very, very interesting. Supersonic Sword, gains a chance for follow-up. Weak point, deadly crits. Netcaster, webbed. There's some more web stuff. If 3 sticky situation items are equipped, performs a follow-up. If 4 are equipped, performs an extra additional follow-up attack. Wow, that's just instant stun on somebody. Wow, wow, wow. And there's Venom. So, you know, if you're running webbed characters and you are running Spider-Man and you're running the Netcaster and that other... Oh, there's going to be a whole lot of stuns in the town tonight. Very, 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 very interesting. Once again, they're setting up for an interesting meta next PvP, which God, just give us a break from PvP for a little while. Seriously. So, looks like the bugs with Iron Patriot are fixed. Let's see if we can get ISOs from our neighbors, which some people are saying was not showing up. And, you know, obviously it can't go off of 1, but if we don't get one by the first screen of people over here. Yep. I hope this is a bug and not a permanent thing. Because people rely on heavy allies for Spec Ops ISOs. So let's take a look at a battle with Scream. Where's her graphic? Woo! God, she's ugly. It's like Carnage. I don't know. Carnage had sex with a can of mustard. Alright, so we're teamed up with Spider-Man over here. We've got Scrappers, Tacticians, Infiltrators. We have no Bruisers. So I would say another Scrapper would be good. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with Hogun. Let's change up the gear a little bit here. Let's try out an symbiote weapon over here. Let's see if it smacks the crap out of them. So, of course, Vulture being an ass, like usual. But then this happened. Well, no combat reflexes. Interesting. So, as you can see, this is my special new Spider-Man over here. And of course, there's the double stack. Now, if Rocket Raccoon was around, he would have jumped in. And he would have added attacks there. Ooh, wow. He's going crazy over here. So now, he's been immobilized. If I hit him one more time, I'm going to create a stun. Or, I can go ahead and exploit it. I'll just exploit it. And since it's an extra turn, that happens. So I would have exploited it and then stunned him. Yeah. Scrapper against Infiltrator side of Hogun. So yeah, the test subjects in this first Spec Ops mission are annoying as piss, because they get that extra turn thing. So that when you see Hogun drink, yeah, Rocket Raccoon jumps in on that. So there's the power cell. Neutralized and exhausted Sonic Blast, which weakens the symbiotes. As you can see, kind of a little weak on damage there, except AoE generalized. So what better way to protect your Rocket Raccoon from all those nasty tacticians out there? Just generalize the whole lot of them. We'll just have him womp up on Vulture over here, and we'll leave that Scrapper alone. Ooh, big hit. Telling you, man, Hogun, I think I underestimated him a little bit too when I read him on paper. His level 1 gets pretty beefy. Especially with... Ow! Especially with attacker stacks. Goodbye. You've got mail. Goodbye. Again, Rocket Raccoon would have been jumping in on all of that, and now he's going to jump in on some more. So I think, honestly, Rocket Raccoon will team up well with this Spider-Man, but I think you might see Spider-Man come out of the woodwork next Spec Ops. You could see, and here she is. Here's Scream. Pretty decent damage. Oh, that lovely arrowed man, Hogun. He's a beast. Hair extensions. Ooh. My God. Wow, she put a bunch of debuffs on me there. Ow. Okay, now, getting a little irritated here. Ketchup mustard girl. I shall call you condiments. Let's see if the cannon does anything to her. Breaking bonds. Vulnerable to fire and sonic, which, hello. This is supposed to do that. It's supposed to weaken you. I don't see anything about weaken. Hyper awareness. Can't be stealthy. Relentless and symbiotic relationship. You know, she doesn't seem to be taking the kind of damage you would think against anti-symbiote weapons. At least I'm not seeing any representation that I've done that. Fumble Naya, Fumble Ruski, Fumble Flanked. And Scream goes down. So there's the Scream fight, and the end of the first level. And over here we have Sonic Knife as the roulette. Ah, boo! EMP grenade. Okay, so there is the first look at the Spec Ops 18, the symbiote one. We've got some heavy Agent Venom and Spider-Man involvement. As you can see, no epic boss on the first one. The name Parasite City. Take me down to Parasite City where the symbiotes are jumping pretty. Yes, I'm a terrible singer. Sit rep. Alright, so let's see what the next task is. Oh yes, you have to fight Venom in the simulator. That's one of the tasks, so be prepared for that. I guess I defeated Vulture. Wait. I have to fight him alone? Oh, that's douchey. That's so douchey. I have to go back. Apparently I have to fight stupid Vulture alone in there. That kind of blows. You would think that it would count, but apparently it doesn't. So there you go. Don't make the mistake that I made over there, and try to team the two of them up, because it's not going to count for you. So that's a screwy little bug. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video here on the beginning of Spec Ops 18, the symbiote Spec Ops. And know that I don't think your anti-symbiote weapons were doing extra damage against her. So here's to hopefully getting some lockbox tasks. I've already gotten 2. So yeah, Sandman, Anti-Venom, Spider-Man, Agent Venom. We're all seeing those guys over here. Take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video.